Good day, everyone. Before we start, we have a disclosure. You have to be aware of the risk in the future trading. What we are doing here, we are sharing our signals for free. And if you decided to take those trades, you're on your own. We're not responsible for those trades. What you have here on the top is a market analyzer. It gives you the new signal, direction, entry type, whether it's short or long. And then we give you the entry price. As an example, we have an ES 2721.75. This is the entry. And then we have the target on that ES is 2718.50. So if we are looking at the ES right now, we just hit the target. We had the entry and the target. And then on the pullback, if you decide that you want to re-enter the market, we have the safe entry is 2723.25. So you can copy once comes the new signals. Now we are done with the short trade. You have two options after we hit the target. You can go ahead re-enter the market at 2723.25. If you're not interested in the re-entry, that's very fine. Then you can wait on the new signal and then you follow the new signal. Every signal will calculate how many ticks, where is the entry, and where you need to take your profit. Let's take a second example here. Let's take the NASDAQ as an example. The NASDAQ, we have a buy entry at 68.94.50. The target is 69.16. This is 42 ticks, all based on one contract. And then you have the total here on the top, especially for the ones they hedge the market. They can see the total based on one contract. The total at the moment from the last signal is 192 ticks into the profit. The same story here on the euro dollar or on the other instruments on the forex. You can see where buy entry, sell entry. As an example, if we take the euro dollar, we have 22.80 as an entry price. The target is 23.013. So this is your target, and then you can see how many in pips, and then we are using it based on a mini account on $10,000 account. So you can see where each one of them, where is the target. On the Forex and the futures also, we are sharing our fib lines, and you can see those fib lines are accurate. As an example, when we have uh, a market going to the target, sometimes you bump into some heavy resistance and support. You can look at it and see if you will decided to take out this trade or you would like to keep it. But the auto trade, when it takes a trade, it takes the entry signal and it takes the target. So it does not be reflected by the support resistance line. However, if you're not interested in the swing trading, at the bottom you have just a normal automated trading. You can copy the trades from the bottom on the market analyzer. As an example, we have long on NASDAQ, and then you can copy if you want to take a long or short. And this way you can make, if you have your own system, you want to have a second opinion, you're very welcome to copy any of those trades as long as you are aware that we're not responsible for any of your trades. Um, we are getting our signals for free. And because of this hard time right now in the market, we just sharing our screen, and then it is up to you if you want to copy it or if you want to take as a second opinion if you are thinking about taking long or short. And then is everything what you see is fully automated, so we're not calculating anything, and it is right in front of you. when it's taking a trade, when it's losing a trade, and when it's making money, you can see it, and when it's losing money, you can see it. During this hour here, I will be trying to um, uh, spotlight what's going on in the market if this will help you with your trading. As an example, right now we have the ES on the left chart here. We had the entry at 27.2175, fair enough. Our target is already hit the target. It is the target 27.1850. We already got that one. And now we are, in a way, we are sitting here waiting on this market to either pull back to the safety entry at 27.2325. We can re-enter short, or if you want to wave the pullback re-entry is very fine, then we can wait on the new signal, and then we can take the new signal once it comes out. So at the moment we just hit the, you can see on the market analyzer it says hit target. So as an example, we already hit the target on the less signal on the ES, which is okay. And then we already hit the target on the Russell, and it is in 54 ticks in the profit. So let's look at the Nasdaq right today. The Nasdaq, if we are looking at the Nasdaq right now, I'm gonna try to make it as big as I can so you can see it. If we look at the Nasdaq, we have a buy entry at you can see it from the market analyzer. It's at 68.9450, and we are climbing exactly to the target. And the target on the Nasdaq is 69.1225, which is going to hit it. And the reason is going to hit this target because there is no more fib line support resistance. It's gonna hold back uh, uh, that uh, that Nasdaq. So I hope you can see it when we go live. The quality on the videos usually they're not the best quality, so we try to make it as big as we can so you can see how the things work. Um, on the euro dollar now, if you notice, it come to the exactly to the pullback re-entry number, and your re-entry number on the euro dollar, or in that matter, your 6E is 2283.8. So this is, you can see where is the support line. Let me try to see if we can get it bigger. Okay, now we are about to hit the target on the Nasdaq, and we hit the target on the Nasdaq. So very nice. We already hit the target on the Nasdaq, so this is pretty good. If you notice on the euro dollar, the safe entry is 283.8, and it's exactly to this line here. And this is where you're gonna see the euro dollar is gonna kick back from that number exactly where it says on the market analyzer. Let's see what we have. We're about to have a new signal on the ES. Let's look at it. It's a matter of time. We're about to have a new signal on the ES. Nasdaq already hit the target. If you notice, on the market analyzer, it says your entry. Was your entry. And then we had the target was 69.16, and it did hit the target, and it is 86 ticks based on one contract. So I'm gonna keep it a little bit magnified, the chart on the Nasdaq. And if you notice right now on the euro dollar, after we come back to the safe entry, You can see how many times the bars came in: one time, two times, three times, four times, and it got rejected exactly from the safe number. So the same story right now is a key. If we notice here, on the re-entry point on the ES, we have a 23.25. And if we, let me try to see if we can make it a little bit bigger so you can see the details. If this will help you understand what's going on in the market. So we can see this is your safe entry. Most of the traders, they make a mistake by, if the market change in direction, pull back, or there is a change in the trend. So if we notice here, we have a safe sell entry. This is based on the pullback, which is showing on your market analyzer. Excuse me. And if we notice right now, because the Nasdaq hit the target, and this is actually a re-entry point, exactly what it says here on the market analyzer. This is a live, so it's not a pre-mixed or pre-made video. It is right in front of you, so you can see the system is in action as we speak. So if we notice on the Nasdaq right now, after we hit the target, there is a profit taken, and we are not anymore interested in the long. So in a way, if you are thinking about taking a long position right now on the Nasdaq, it's not my business. But I strongly advise you, whatever system you have on your chart, to be careful with that, because now we are on a very critical area to be considering taking a long trade on the Nasdaq, especially when the ES pull back to the re-entry point has not been able to penetrate it. So this is a very good prediction that this Nasdaq is not gonna go anywhere if you are considering taking a long trade on the Nasdaq. So if we, I hope you can see that on the chart. Now, after we hit the safe entry here, so there is two options for the traders. Either they can re-enter the market from here, or if they don't want to take any risk trade, then they need to sit on the side, because if this ES break that line, the safe sale entry, that means we are about to probably generate a new signal, and the new signal will give us exactly where we need, or uh, because the signal is not a pre-made ticks. It depends on this market movement for today. If this market is not moving that much, your targets usually are very low. If this market is really trending today, then your target, it will be much higher. It is different from one trade to another. So it's not a pre-mixed or pre-fixed target. It is depends on your bars and your price action. So that's why we are using the 1 minute. We're not using something is irrelevant to the trend. So we are using a 1 minute, and the usually in the trading, the 1 minute, 3 minutes, and the 15 minutes, those are the most reliable charts to be used. Other than that, with the respect to the range, they are very good. The ticks are very good. Renko bar, there is no way you will be a professional trader based on Renko bar. Not today, not tomorrow, not in your. We have a Renko bar, but do not like to use a Renko bar based on the trend. We like to use the Renko bars based on reversals. So if we notice now, this is a very big picture. I can see it from the other screen. And once we hit the target on the NASDAQ, you can see it's right in line with the target. And that is telling us there is not much more to go at the moment farther than those levels, especially when it is followed by a resistance line at 918.98. So if we look at the weight on the NASDAQ, It stopped right exactly to our line, and you can see how the Nasdaq, it is right in line with the target and is not doing anything anymore. If we are looking on the ES, and this is not an accident today, you can go back to the all the videos we did live. It is the same story every single day. Once in a while, it's gonna break the rules. We're not saying it's gonna be 100%, but the stability and the consistency is right there, right in front of you. And you, when you go back to the old, to the ones to the previous videos, you will see it's the same story again and again and again. Very rare we fell. And if we notice now, and it's right there in front of you guys, it's not a pre-made video, it is live right in front of you. And if we see the safe entry was 27, 23, 25, and it is exactly now we are pulling back and we are, there we go. So now, if you notice the ES taking a dive, that absolutely this NASDAQ is not going to be anything anywhere above those targets. So that is given as confirmed right now that the NASDAQ is on hold until we see that ES gonna be taking action above those re-entry sell signals. So let's keep our eye on that for a second. I like to show you also we have on the auto trade right now, the other auto trades, they all come in. If we notice also on the auto trade, we are on one trade on the swing trading, and we entered the market at 9:59. At we entered that market at 894.25, and is about to close right now. And on that trade, based on two contracts, we have 680 bucks on this one here. So now there is a pullback. It could be the auto trade will be closing this one. I need to monitor this one here as well to see if we are able to close it or we're gonna keep it on. So that will, it is very interesting also to see. Look, took a dive, folks, exactly to the tick, took a dive, and you can see here on your chart. Once we hit the target, we have 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bars, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bars to the same line, our target. And this is really interesting to see sometimes also from the other auto trade if we are going to be closer position or we're going to stick with the trend. This is very important also as a second opinion. Usually I can use two different system to figure out how the algorithm working if I don't want to use my brain. And this is a really critical point right now on the ES and NASDAQ. Let's see how is the outcome. It is a very fine line right now. And there is nothing holding that NASDAQ at the moment. So this is also very nice. We do not rely on one system. We rely on too many different systems to to have confirmation if there is this market pullback. I care less what happened in the previous bar, but it is trade in the future. We always have to not be relying on an indicator. is reacting with the market like a MACDs and ATRs following the market, you know. So when the market is up, it tells you the market is up. When the market is down, it's not doing anything. So this one has closed. This is very good. But what is the expectation on the look? Watch this one here, guys. I don't know if you can see that. Here is your magic number, 690350. Look at this number, folks. So the whole catch is not, it's not what happened. The whole catch in the future trading, where we are expecting that market to pull back from, or where is this market is the target. Because if you wanted to trade, look at this one here, guys. That number, look how came into the tick. 690350 is your magic number right now on your Nasdaq. And look at this. Look where the bar and the wick closed on the Nasdaq. We have a new signal on the YM. We have a sell signal on the YM. It's right there. It's telling you 24696, and your target, it says on your market analyzer, is 24639. So this one has closed position, and I can accept the auto trade close that position. And it is the key here right now on the Nasdaq, the 690350. Mark it on your chart, folks. This is your key right there to the tick. We don't care what happened on the second bar from the chart. This is in the past. What we are looking for, where we can predict this market going. If we wanted to initiate a trade, we want to know if we are investing 10 ticks or 15 ticks, how much bread we are going to get out of that trade. Because if we wanted to invest 10 ticks in the stop loss or 15 ticks in the stop loss, then at least we have to have a little reward, 40 or 50 ticks. So as you see right now on the YM with the new signal when it comes in, it told us that here is your entry and here is your target. Now I'm sharing with you my fibs, and if there's any customers out there, those are your $35 zone. Now, on the way with your auto trade, the auto trade is going to fire that trade, that signal, doesn't matter. On your way down, you will see exactly where is this auto trade is going to be struggling, on which area it will be struggling. So this is also a very good information for the a trader to figure out that here, right now, we are bumped into support line, and that is going to cause the market go back and forth. And if there is enough sellers, eventually this line will be penetrated. So as an example, now we got this new signal on the YM, and we are right now on this YM 14 ticks based on one contract, and now it's gonna go down and watch the 64 level. Could be a little troubling, little turbulence right there, and then once we break it, the second one we need to worry about it is the 52 level, and then we hit the target. So we have two turbulence here. We need to make sure that it's gonna go through. Again, let's go back on the Nasdaq, right in front of you, folks, where we are, the same area, folks. Here's your magic, right there, the same area. So let's look at the ES. We already nailed the target on the ES a long time ago. But look at this pattern, how the future markets work actually. I don't believe in pattern, but we already hit the target once. The market pulled back exactly where I showed you on the safe entry and then went back to the target again. And if we notice, come back to the target again, one time, two times, three times, four times. That tells you shorts are off at the moment on the ES. Let's go back on the NASDAQ. Look at this, guys. That's why I told you you gotta be careful with that magic number. Look at this. Works like a clock. It works like a clock. So right now, we're just gonna be watching to see what will happen in the market. There is a small struggle right now on the CL. I can see that the CL, it is really, let me look at the CL to see what's going on with the CL. If we notice earlier today, we have hit the target on the CL. And we could be having a new signal very soon on the CL. I'll keep my eye on it. It's a matter of seconds we might gonna have CL entry. Let's go back on the YM to see we had a new signal right in front of you on the YM. Let's keep our eye on it as well. Okay, we are on the same direction right now on the YM. We're still hammering down on it. Extremely critical area right now. We do not have confirmation on the short trade on CL. So be careful with the CL traders. If we have a new signal, we will have a new signal, will fire and show us the new signal right there. Look at this, it's changing direction. Today is Wednesday, of course. Let's go back on the NASDAQ. Finally, the NASDAQ broke it. Okay. If you notice, the NASDAQ stayed on that area. One bar right there, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Then the number 9 bar finally broke the 69.0350. Took him around 10 minutes to break this line. So this is, let's see what will happen. It's really amazing today. Those arrows you see, those big arrows, those are also, we add them, you can use them as an entry signals as well. It is a really lately the market has been a little bit difficult to trade, and it requires sometimes to be patient when it goes through hard time with it. So if we notice right now, the sometimes we have a good volatility and a bad volatility. Sometimes when this market is moving, you know, can do very well, but sometimes when the market jump into the short direction and then immediately start switching trends on us, this is a nightmare sometimes in the trading. But we have to be a little bit more patient and wait till the right moment come in, and then we take a trade. As an example, right now, if I wanted to take any more trade on the ES, I think it is done with the trade. Short on the ES is actually overdue. And if you notice from the entry price 27.2175, target 27.18, the ES keep going back and forth to the same line, the target. If you notice, here's your target, and this is one time, two times, three times, four times, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 bars on the same numbers. That tells us there is trouble right there. Now, and there is no sellers in the same direction. If you look at the left upper corner, actually now start blinking, there is a buyers come in. So the timing sometimes in the future trading, you have to understand, you have to sit on the side. You can have the auto trade take over like what it's doing right now, or if you want to get involved, you like to get involved, then you have to be a little bit patient until we get the new signal, then you generate or you take that trade, new signal trading. So in those area, when the market, the future markets hit the targets, this is where there is a time where you cannot trade and you need to sit on the side. The same thing for the ones they've been here now today in this session here. After we hit the target on the Nasdaq, it was not much done. I mean, it is over, and now we are playing back to the re-entry point. But if we go back a little bit, we hit the target, and this is where the profit taken, and now we are sitting, waiting to see what will happen on that Nasdaq. Is it going to continue generate a short signal, or is going just a pullback and we're going to go back to the target, retesting the target? So this is a really, really very fine line we have to be aware of in the future trading. There we go. Let's look at the YM. We had a new signal on the YM 5-10 minutes ago, I think, on that session. So let's go back to the YM. We had the entry right there. And look how many times from your entry point, the bars, how many bars from your, this is your key entry, and we are still on the same key entry going back and forth, dropped all the way down to 661, and now sitting right there. So we'll see what will happen. Based on the from the last signals, all of them right now, we have 233 ticks. And look like I lost my screen. This is funny. Let's see what's going on. I can see the screen on yours, but I don't see my screen.